All right, so this is day 2 of your workout, okay? So on day 2, we're trying to focus a little bit more on back, hamstrings, and triceps, so muscles on the back side of the body. Day 1 was a little bit more front side of the body focused. Okay, so similar to day 1, we're going to be doing 3 sets, trying to do 15 repetitions for each set. And again, we're breaking 8 exercises into 2 different 4 exercise circuits, okay? So circuit number 1, here's the first exercise. It's a burpee, okay? So for this burpee, I'm going to show you a couple in 2 different planes of motion or positions. So for that burpee, just remember, you're trying to squat down as low as you can first, okay? I don't want you bending over because then you'll start using your lower back. If you bend your hips, stick your butt out, bend your knees, it's a little easier to put your hands on the floor, and then you're just stepping back into a plank or a push-up position, and then you're stepping back in. Again, get your butt down toward your ankles before you look up and stand up. Okay, so that was 1 repetition. I'll show you from the side. Again, what this looks like is you're squatting all the way down, putting your hands on the floor, stepping back 1 foot at a time, stepping back in 1 foot at a time, and standing up. Okay, so that would be 2 of those reps. You're going to do 15 of those, okay? Exercise number 2 is a resistance band standing row, okay? So this one you need your band like wrapped around that center pole or center post. And for this one, you're just trying to pull both handles right next to your sides, okay? So we're pulling straight back like this and then forward. So we're bending our elbows, but dissimilar to the bicep curl, we're pulling our fists to the side of our chest, okay? Versus the bicep curl, we're going more up toward the chin, okay? So again, on this one, knees are slightly bent. We're just pulling back, trying to engage those upper back muscles as we squeeze those hands back towards the side of the ribs, okay? So that's exercise number 2, is just that standing band row. Okay, again, 3 sets of 15 for all of these. Exercise number 3 is the stability ball hamstring curls lying on your back on the floor. Okay, so I'll kind of show you the side view of this one. So you're lying on your back on the floor, get your feet up on top of that ball. You're gonna put your hands down on the floor. You're gonna lift your butt up just a little bit from this position, trying to keep your toes pulled up toward your shins. Then you're just rolling the ball in, and then slowly rolling the ball back out, keeping your butt off of the floor the whole time. So again, you slowly roll in, and then roll it back out. Slowly roll in, and then roll it back out. So again, you're gonna do 15 repetitions of this exercise, okay? So 15 of those stability ball hamstring curls, okay? The way to make that one a little bit harder is you can lift your hips up a little bit higher, or you can always add a couple of pulses to each repetition. So if you're not feeling fatigue by the time you get to number 15, add a few pulses. Like on that hamstring curl, you'd roll in and you go 1, 2, 3, even 5, 4, 5, and then you'd roll it all the way out for 1 repetition. So number 2 would be kind of in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then roll it back out. So that's one way to kind of increase the resistance if you're finding like, all right, 15 repetitions wasn't quite enough for that particular exercise, okay? So that was exercise number 3, okay? Exercise number 4, so the last exercise of circuit number 1, is the resistance band tricep press down. So this one is the same start position as we did for that standing row, except for this one, our elbows stay put, okay? Our last one, our elbows and our hands are kind of moving back and forth. That was the row. This one is like this, okay? So your arms are at a 90-degree angle, and then you're just straightening your arms, pushing straight down, okay? When you do this, you want your elbows to act just like a hinge on a door, okay? So this one, we're just straightening the arms all the way down, and then back up to about a 90-degree angle, then all the way down, and then back up to that 90-degree angle. Again, if you walk further back, it's gonna make it harder. If you walk further in, that'll make it a little easier, okay? But again, we're trying to aim for the back of the arms for that last exercise, okay? So that was the last exercise of circuit 1 on day 2. So again, quick repeat. We did burpees as exercise 1. We did the resistance band standing row as exercise 2. We did the stability ball kind of hamstring curls for number 3. And we did the band tricep press downs for number 4. So again, you're doing 3 sets of those exercises for 15 repetitions each. Okay, so now you did 3 sets. Now we're moving on to circuit number 2 of day 2. Okay, so the first one we're gonna do are those double side kicks. Okay, this is the one that's really good for opening up your hips. But for this one, I do want you to hold on to a railing or something for a little bit of support. So right here would be a decent position, about railing height. But on this one, you're trying to kick twice to the right and then kick twice over to the left, okay? So you're doing a double side kicks just to kind of help open up those hips. So that's the side view. Kind of what that looks like in a front view is like this. You're kicking, set your foot down, kick, and set your foot down. Okay, so that's exercise number 5 on your day 2. So this is number 1 on the second circuit. All right, the next exercise is a dumbbell bent over row, okay? So this one, you're gonna kind of use that same railing that we just did using the side kicks. But now you're gonna grab your dumbbell, you're gonna put one hand kind of on the edge of that railing, and you want a decent amount of your body weight on that railing because this is the hand that's gonna help support your lower back. So from here, you're trying to pull this dumbbell up to the side of your chest and then back down again. You do not want to feel this on your lower back, okay? So keep your knees bent, have a lot of weight on this hand, keep those stomach muscles tight, but it's just like you're trying to shoot a bow and arrow or shoot an arrow down into the floor. So you're just trying to pull this straight up. But again, keep your back straight. What I don't want to see is a hunched back, okay? So you kind of stick your butt out, keep your abs tight, and just like you're shooting an arrow into the floor, okay? So you're gonna do 15 on the right arm, and then just switch hands, and then switch over and do 15 on the other arm, okay? All right, and the next exercise, this one's gonna be a dumbbell straight leg deadlift, okay? So in this one, you really need to pay attention to your lower back. You should not feel your lower back at all when you do this, okay? You wanna engage the muscles below your lower back, which are your glutes and your hamstrings, so pretty much everything back here on the backside. So for this one, I'm going to show you a side view and I'll show you a front view, but your feet are about shoulder width apart. You're holding the dumbbells out here in front, but you keep your knees straight. You stick your butt out until you feel like a little bit of a hamstring stretch, and then you push your hips forward as you stand back up. So again, it's a straight leg deadlift. My back is straight, my legs are straight, and then I push my butt forward to kind of lift those weights up. So again, you want to feel hamstrings, you want to feel glutes, okay? You do not want to feel lower back when you do this, okay? So again, that's the side view. Front view looks like this. Feet are shoulder width apart, hands are out in front, shoulder blades are pulled back, chest is stuck out. I take that little bow, and I come back up, kind of pushing my hips forward. Take that bow, and then shove those hips forward, okay? So 15 reps on that one. And again, you want to feel the back of those hamstrings engaging as you do that forward motion, okay? And then the last one that we're doing for day 2, so our last 8th exercise, the last exercise on circuit 2, is a dumbbell overhead tricep French press, okay? So this one I'm using this dumbbell, but I want to put my hands kind of like this, okay? So I have my hands kind of underneath the inside head of that dumbbell, okay? So from here, I'm gonna bring this up above my head, and then just like a French press kind of coffee maker, you're just trying to push this straight up and then back down, okay? I'm squatting just a little bit just so you can see the top of my view here, but you're just going down and up. And when you do this, you wanna try to keep your elbows in. If you let them spread way out wide, you'll start feeling that more on your shoulders. So squeeze them in just a little bit, and you're just pushing straight up, over your head, and back down. Okay, that's the front view. Side view is a little bit more like this. We just press straight up, and then back down. And then straight up, and then back down again, okay? So again, 15 repetitions of that overhead tricep press. Okay, so quick review, okay? Circuit number 1 for day 2 was burpees, resistance band standing rows, and then we did the stability ball hamstring curl lying on your back, and then we did the resistance band tricep press down. Okay, you do 3 rounds, 15 repetitions of that first circuit. Then we moved on to the next 4 exercises, circuit 2, which were the double side kicks, right? And then we did the dumbbell bent over row. That was one hand on the railing, trying to do that, kind of shooting the arrow into the floor. The next one we did was the deadlift, right? We're sticking that butt out, keeping the back straight, tucking the butt in, okay? And we did that overhead tricep French press for the last one. So that's it for the end of day 2.